Good morning. Last class we started with the new lesson, so that was Sangam Age. So as you all know, I have already said Sangam Age. It's the history of South India. When we study about Sangam Age, we come across the three South kingdoms, that is Cheras, Cholas, and Pandyas. And the Sangam Age, okay, the Sangam Age. So it was started at the time of the Pandyas king. So they are the people, they are the Pandyas. So that's the kingdom. So which made this Sangam age, to exist in a third or fourth century. Okay. And last class, I had given you the introduction. Then we talked about the word Sangam. It's nothing but gathering or association. Then we studied about the definition, that is Sangam age. Okay, Sangam Age Definition, so which we had studied, the gathering of poets and the scholars. Okay, for what the gathering of the poets and the scholars took up for an literary works. So last class we studied the very important concept in this lesson. So that was the Sangam Age. We studied in three classifications. So that is the first Sangam, so where we studied started by the Agasthyar. So that is old Madurai. Then there we studied the literary work, classic work. So that was a Periyapadal, one of the most important classical work. Then we studied second Sangam, again which was started by Agasthyar. Okay, so there also we studied the literary work, that is Tolkappayam, one of the the Tamil grammar book, which was written by Tolkappayar. Then the third Sangam, very important, the Sangam, which was started by Thiruvallur, and there we studied some of the, present Madurai, the Sangam age started, and there we studied many classical works, okay, like Tirukural, written by Thiruvallur, then Jivika Chintamani, and Manimegalai. So like this, many classical works, so which we had discussed in the previous classes. So today's class, I just want to take up, or I just want to deal with a concept called the sources of Sangam age. Okay, the sources of Sangam age. So how we can say that Sangam age, Sangam literature, so that was there in the 3rd or 4th century at the time of the Pandya's kingdom or Pandya's king's period. Okay, so that we will see in the sources. So when we see the sources, there are, literary source. So that will be, this is called as a literary source, so which we are having. So that is Tirukural, okay, which is written by Thiruvallur. Then inscription and megaliths, that is the archaeological source, we call it. Okay, so archaeological sources. Okay, these two. So this year for your syllabus for this academic, so we are having only the one source which we are going to study in the detail. So that will be Tirukural. Okay, we will study in detail about, the Tirukural, one of the source. So first and foremost, the Tirukural, it's nothing but, it is a collection of 1330 Tamil, couplets. Okay, couplets is nothing but the lines or verses. Couplets is the line. It's a 1330 Tamil, couplets, or the line or verses. Okay, so which is written by Thiruvallur. This is the personality. Poet, is a poet. Okay, so who wrote this? Okay, totally this 3,330 Tamil, couplets, it's made into 133 chapters. Totally, completely, it is combined and it's made as an, 133 chapters. Okay, and each chapters consists of 10 couplets, that is 10 a line, or the verses or line consist of Okay, the speciality of this is, in English poems and all at the end, two lines there will be at the end, the rhyming words will be there, the rhyming. Okay, so like that, even this is Tiruvallur's Tirukural also like that. Two lines there will be at the end there will be rhyming words. So like that, so it's made into 10 couplets. And the main aim of this Tirukural, okay, the main aim of Tirukural, which was written by Tiruvallur, is to teach the moral values, okay, to the life. Okay, that is the main intention behind, composing this, Tirukural. Okay, where the moral values were taught to, the people's lifestyle which we needed. So like this, these 133 chapters. Okay, so these 133 chapters, 1330 Tamil couplets is classified into 133 chapters, and these 133 chapters, okay, made into three sections. It covers three themes or three ideas. Okay, one is that is aram, so that is virtues. Okay, virtues, all moral values. Okay, like obedience, honest, truthful, respect. So like this, aram, that is the meaning of the word aram is virtues. Okay, all the moral values which is required for our life, it is there and it is taught in the part of one, that is aram. Okay, one part teaches us. Second one is porul, that is government and society, how a rule of king should be. Okay, it completely tells about rule of a king, how a king should rule. Okay, and what should be the society life? In society, how we are going to lead our life. Okay, so that's if social life, economic life, if we would have there, there you would have come across about that, but that is not there for your syllabus. So that is the reason. So how a king should rule and what is the society life of people. So that teaches in this particular one of the part. And one last one is inbam, that is about the love. Okay, completely. So these are the three major concepts which the Tirukural, through which the Tiruvallur, through the Tirukural, he has given in the form of 1330 Tamil, couplets with the 133 chapters. Okay, and today is one of the, famous literary work of Sangam Age, one of the famous live source which we are having, which tells about the Sangam Age. Okay, that's the one concept, so which we are having it. So this is the one source, which we are having for, So next, we will go to the last topic. So that is to the end. This is not there. It's not important, but just I want to conclude the lesson. This all. It's very short lesson. So the sources is the last. So when we conclude the lesson, so generally, if you summarize the Sangam age, the fourth or third or fourth century, how this Sangam age was. Now sources we have seen, and we have seen the classification of Sangam age. So all these things we have seen it. But when we see through this, conclusion part of this Sangam age, first and foremost was as like how we study the Indian history. Like Mauryans or the Guptas, how Mughals and all when we study. So how we say that king was given an highest position in among the people. The same way, even during the Sangam age, the kings of Pandyas. Okay, the kings of Pandyas. Okay, they were given the highest position in the society. Okay, and when you give kings the highest position of the society, if you see, the king used to move freely with the people, and king was taking part in all the festivals which was taking up in the society. Okay, and in order to avoid the problems of people like famines, earthquakes, and all if it comes, olden days and all like third, fourth century and all. Now like natural disasters when it takes place, okay, if it takes place, in order to avoid not to happen such natural disaster, there was a faith that if they consider, if they conduct some religious ceremonies, okay, religious rituals, okay, if they conduct it or if they make some ceremonies or the rituals, so that will be avoided. So such functioning and all, it was taken care by the king. Okay, so king was holding a highest position in the society. Not only he was holding the position in a society, but at the same time, he was moving freely with the people. He was taking part in all the festivals of the people. And in order to avoid the natural disasters, the ceremonies and the rituals were conducted by a king. Okay, that is the king lifestyle was there. Then when we come to the income, okay, income, land was, land tax was the, major source for the Sangam age during the time of the Pandya's king. Okay, it was collected both in kind and cash, and even custom duties. Okay, that also was, trade tax. Custom duties is nothing but trade tax also was there, and taxes on the forest, and even fishermen, they were also were paying taxes, and taxes on the elephants of the state when they make it for the transportation from one place to another. So that also was collected. Okay, tax, land tax was the main source of income to the people. Then next was when we come to the social life of the people, it was not based on a Vedic system like Brahmin, Kshatriyas, was just not like that. Other than that, they had their own way of classification. Like first was position was given to Brahmins. Brahmin society, was there. Then next it was given to sages. Sages are nothing but the people who, rishis who lead the brahmachari life. Then like peasants, they were given a next position. Then after that we are having like hunters and shepherds. They are separate groups. Then artisans like goldsmith, blacksmith, carpenter. So like this they were having one group. And next the soldiers, they were also considered as one group. Then fishermen and scavengers. Scavengers means the people who work like today, who are there in the municipal corporation. Who works, they are called as scavengers. So like this, almost like Brahmin, sages, and peasants, hunters, shepherds, and artisans, and soldiers, fishermen, and scavengers. So like this, almost 9 different groups of people were there in the society. Okay, during the Sangam age. Like now, Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vaishya, Shudras, like that, it was not there. So that is the reason social life, the Sangam age people social life, it was not based on the Vedic system, so which we are having it. And dress code of the people, it was varying from one person to another person based on their rich and the poor. Okay, that's the one aspect, so which we are, having it. And when we come to the worship, people worship both god and goddesses, male god as well as the, female god. So they worship. So in that Lord Murugan, okay, so Lord Murugan, so he was the most majorly worshipped male god. We are having it, and okay, that's the one aspect so which we are having. So like this, during the Sangam age, the lifestyle of the people was like this. This is you need not just you should know about it. That's all. Just I want to conclude the lesson, so that is the reason I have taken. But it is not. It's not important. It is not there. It's not there for your. Syllabus. It is not there. But just to conclude the lesson, so I have just taken it here about the Sangam age. So like this, 3rd and 4th century. The Sangam age had existed, and Sangam age. We were. Having it. So such system, such Sangam age system, Sangam age system, finally it comes to an end in the, with the, Pandyas. Okay, Pandyas kingdoms gets declared. So with that declared, the Sangam age also comes to a conclusion. But even though Sangam age comes to a conclusion, but the Sangam age literature, especially the literary works, okay, today it plays a very important role. Okay. So many movies or many films and all, they have taken it based on the literary works of Sangam age. Okay, such a popular, Sangam age, literary works, so which we are having it. So that's about the Sangam age. So once again, just you go through the entire lesson, especially the very important is last class what we talked, the first Sangam and the second Sangam. So what we had talked in the last class. First Sangam, second Sangam, and the 3rd Sangam. And in that first and the 3rd, it's very important, so which we are having, especially the classical works. Okay, classical works is, that are very important. Then sources, Tirukural sources, very important. Then conclusion part. So, you just go through it, that's enough. You can, and you should know these 3 kingdoms, Cheras, Cholas, and the Pandya's kingdom. So which which also you should know about it, because where the Sangam age comes and which king encouraged the Sangam literature means you should know. That is the Pandya's kingdom, so which we are having it. So that's about the Sangam age lesson. So here we end the lesson. So next class, so we will move with the new chapter. So till here you can go through it. So complete the notes. So let me have a photocopy of an notes of a Sangam age. Soon after, the class tomorrow, by 2 o'clock. Okay, by 2 o'clock, the notes should be sent to me. Just I need to look on it. Okay, so that's the one aspect, so which we are having it. So that's about the Sangam age, so which we are having it. So next class, so we will move with either civics, or either we also will go with the next the lesson. We will go with the next class. Okay, thank you.